The rookie contract is 4 years long for a reason. Joe Milton is about to enter year two. We don't make decisions on who a particular player is, especially at this position, when it's more difficult than ever because of the evolution of the game to play that position. Not only when you didn't have enough reps in college, but when you still haven't even entered the halfway mark of your rookie contract yet. I was mocked for a lot of the things that I said about Trey Lance. That looks pretty good right now, albeit in the preseason, not in the regular season yet. The jury is still out, believe it or not. Quarterback is one of the rare positions where you continue to improve with age, because ultimately you reach a level like Dak Prescott, or not unlike Dak Prescott. It's not unlike Joe, not unlike Patrick, not unlike Lamar, Josh, even the greats, the GOATs, Aaron Rodgers, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady. They played well into their 40s, or at least Tom did, winning right here. Because you process, you've seen everything pre-snap, and now it's even more difficult to play quarterback than it ever even used to be in Tom's era. Because in Tom's era, Peyton's era, Aaron's era, teams weren't rolling coverages the way that they are today, mugging the line of scrimmage the way that they are today, changing the post-snap picture the way that they are today. The quarterback position is infinitely more difficult now than it even was. And that's saying a lot. And that's not to take away anything away from the legends. But it's a different sport now because the evolution of sport. Defenses brought the chess match to the offenses. That's what Vach and I talked about. That's what I want people to understand and consider when making premature presumptions about these players. The numbers are here for you. Different setting today. I like to change it up a little bit every now and then. That's okay. The topic at hand is Joe Milton, Trey Lance 2.0. I first wanted to give a little bit of extra context as to why I was so passionately in favor of the Trey Lance acquisition and why I was so passionately in favor of, and still am, the Joe Milton acquisition. First and foremost, it's the most important position in all of sports, but it's also the most difficult position to find in all of sports. And when you can take a risk-free shot at securing significant upside with guys like Joe and Trey who possess rare traits, really elite traits, in both cases, two of them, athleticism and arm strength. That arm strength that will allow separation to seemingly hold at limitless levels. Every blade of grass on the field can be accessed. But also there's mobility built on top of that. And in Joe Milton's case, size as well. At really immense levels, like NFL caliber, Josh Allen type size. Alien traits. So when you really sit back and think about it, one of the ways that I like to contextualize why people like myself are so passionate about let the cake bake, and I think you'll hear that referred to in this clip here that you're getting ready to see with myself, Law Nation, Loose Takes, and Boss Show Me. Quarterbacks have to learn on the fly in the game. It's no different than really any other position, any other sport. I was a pitcher. I didn't get better at pitching unless I pitched. My biggest season of growth from a confidence and performance perspective was the season that I had just coincidentally the most appearances. So when you really break it down and go and look at it, all right, here's some contextualize what we're talking about here. When Trey Lance needed reps it was never bad business to acquire that. You just needed the time, and you didn't have that. You didn't allow yourself the time to make it work. The clock ran out. And of course, some people can say, well, Lando, that's why that was a dumb decision, because you only had really a year and change to make it work, to try and figure it out. But it's a little bit of that, but it's also, as we're seeing now, lo and behold, Trey Lance, year 5 to year 6 transition, right? So the experience, but on top of being elevated by the scheme that he's participating in. We pretend like coaches having a plan for you, having structure around you with a multi-dimensional and nuanced offensive attack that features a layered running game that marries to the passing game. When you can threaten teams on the ground, your job as a quarterback gets much easier. The Cowboys could not do that. So Joe Milton, it plays perfectly into the topic at hand, or the conversation, and Joe Milton's direction and wake of preseason game number 1 and number 2. First and foremost, Joe Milton needs reps, and I'm going to prove that to you guys right here in just 1 second. But secondly, and this is probably the most important, you heard me say this on 3 different platforms yesterday, Law Nation, Lose Takes, alongside Boss, and then on the Cowboys Collective. Truly humbled and grateful to be on all 3 of those platforms and for everything that yesterday's events in Frisco presented to me. Just from, it's hard to put into words, so we'll save that for now. But Joe Milton will appear much better in the regular season than even he does right now, but he will continue to improve with each game that he appears in, with each pass that he attempts, with every single time that he drops back into the pocket and is actually processing. He's getting more comfortable with what he's seeing. But hear me when I say this, please. The product that you're seeing, even in these live practices, where fans like me, media like me, creators like me, whatever you want to say, can go into the stadium and record and give information, expose information on who the Cowboys are. Even that's a much different product than what we're going to see on Sundays when the games actually matter. They are withholding information, hiding everything on purpose. That's what this video, or two projects ago, this thumbnail right here on screen. That's what that was about. And that's what this whole conversation is really about. Nobody knows who Brian Schottenheimer is as a play caller with full autonomy. Led the National Football League in rushing as an offensive coordinator in 2008 with the Jets. Led the National Football League in rushing as an offensive coordinator in 2018 with the Seattle Seahawks. But even still, he had to answer to somebody else. The head coach had the ultimate autonomy. Brian Schottenheimer is the ultimate autonomy now. So keep that in mind. Now, context. Bo Nix, college passing attempts, 1,936. Almost 2,000 total attempts for Bo Nix in his college career. Baker Mayfield, 1,497 total passing attempts in his college career. Jaden Daniels, 1,438 total passing attempts in his college career. Patrick Mahomes, 1,349 total passing attempts over his college career. Joe Burrow, a little bit less. We're under the 1,000 attempt threshold here, but still what you're going to see is this is 300 plus more, almost a full season's worth more of more attempts than Joe Milton had. Almost 2.5 seasons more worth of attempts than Trey Lance had. Joe Burrow, 945 pass attempts. Way less than Patrick, Baker, Bo, and who was the other one? Jaden. 500 plus attempts less, but still 400 more than Joe Milton. So Joe Burrow, 945. Joe Milton, I think I have it in here. I did the math on my calculator. 1 second. Let's do it right here. 141 plus 61 plus 82 plus 354. 638. So still almost a full season's, his highest season, he attempted the most attempts in his career in college. Joe Milton had attempted 354 total passes. That's the gap between he and Joe Burrow. So it's literally a full season. Okay, and then you go down all the way to Trey Lance. Joe Milton's minuscule 638. Well, guess what? Divide that by 2. And that's what you get with Trey Lance. Not quite, but close. This number right here. 318. That is one college season of passing attempts for the average guy on this list. That's Trey Lance. So let's cut to the clip, but in summary, you do not make any determination on any quarterback. And I'm smiling pretty big right now underneath my stern nature that I'm trying to deliver this, or that I'm delivering this. Not trying to, but it's just coming out that way because I'm passionate about this topic. I was mocked for a lot of the things that I said about Trey Lance. The numbers are here for you. The rookie contract is 4 years long for a reason.
All right, we just finished the first practice here in Frisco. The Cowboys, to me, they started off a little aggressive. I seen a little chippiness going on at practice today. But before I go any further, I got my brother from another mother, no other, don't look like Danny Glover, but keep it cool with me to my left. Tell people who you are, man.
Yeah, Boss showed me. Listen, some of y'all know me as Boss Cowboy. That has totally changed. It's all about showing me. So Boss showed me with Boss Cowboy Sports, the entity.
Come on,
I noticed that change. I like that, by the way.
You changed it up, man.
Definitely,
Sure.
yeah.
At first, I was Law Talk. Now I'm Law Nation. You know what I'm saying? Come on with it.
Absolutely.
Speaking of Law Talk, man, we got LT in the building. Talk to him, man.
There's Lose Takes in the building, man. You know who we do this for. The first blame last. Congratulated. I have my eyes on the trenches, and I always got my eyes on the trenches.
Eyes on the trenches, man. And then last but not least, man, I got my guy here, man. Tell people who you are.
The Lando Show. I'm Lando, and my objective, my mission, my passion in life is creatively conveying the truth for the true fans. You need to know.
That's all you need to
That's
know,
training
man.
camp, though.
Yes, indeed. So with that being said, everyone have a reason, but results are what matter. So today I got a chance to see Dak Prescott connect deep with George Pickens. Not just him, but also
4K right here.
4K all right there. So y'all be sure to check it out because it's going to get wet over here. And speaking of wetness, also Dak Prescott connected with CD Lamb. C. Dangerous Lamb. I saw a big run by 42. What's y'all thoughts on the run game? Because that's the focus point, right?
Yeah. So real quickly, and I'll
Go ahead.
pass the torch. You guys know where I'm at. Hopefully, if you don't, then you will continue to hear me say it all along.
Right.
Or I have said it all along, and I'll continue to say it moving forward. Much more so, and O lineman himself right here can attest about the how in the running game than the who.
Okay.
If you control the how, the who is in the backfield matters much less. So
Control the how versus the who. Man, what's your thoughts on this, bro?
I love what I'm seeing from the offensive line, all three levels. I think the perfect example of coaching being taught is when the third string people get it because it's being diluted to them. I love that the communication is getting better even from since their first scrimmage with the Rams.
Right.
I'm very excited to break this down coming forward, the interior guys. So they're going to have to lead the way, and that's what Shotty said. We go through the offensive line, so my eyes are definitely on them.
I call that the strength of the entire roster, honestly. And it's also ironic that the strength of the entire roster, those three guys specifically in the middle, their strength is being strong. It's strength. right? So moving people. So I'm excited to see that combo and climb. What you got, boss?
I would say the thing that really impressed me was the speed of the practice and the speed of plays getting in and out.
Yeah.
So, everybody knows that since I've been doing content, that training camp in Frisco is where I want to put my stamp down and what I'm observing. So I can compare now Mike McCarthy to Brian Schottenheimer.
Okay.
And I could see the speed of them getting the plays.
Okay.
It almost looked like even when they wasn't in a hurry up, they was in a hurry up.
Right,
To
right.
me, the very first thing I thought as I just really watched the practice is a quarterback is running his practice.
Okay.
So you could really see the intelligence. I saw one of the most impressive things was when somebody was offsides.
Yeah.
He checked himself out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The tight end checked himself in without a word.
Without a word.
Like he knew, I messed up, I'm out of here.
That's standard.
That was standard. And
Systematic.
that was
Yeah.
dope to see.
Yeah.
And then John Stevens jumped in, ran the play within 5 seconds. That means he also had to be tuned in. So the focus of offense is actually better than a lot of people think. So, because I know after the Ravens, I'm being honest, people was down. People was down. When you watch the starters,
thoughts on that as well.
when you watch the starters,
And then that's what you and I was able to see, right?
Yes,
Right,
yes.
right. So yeah. So that was me and him was able to see in Oxnard. There's two different teams: the preseason team versus the actual things that they do in practice. So I'm not trying to lead you guys into drinking of the Kool-Aid, but what I'm saying, just go grab the cup, go grab the ices, put them to the side, and then when we start pouring that Kool-Aid after what we beat down, I mean just that, beat down the Philadelphia Eagles, because I think that Schottenheimer got a plan, and he will execute said plan.
So, building off of that, perfectly well stated, by the way. Brian Schottenheimer, my whole point is boss, Lou, Law,
Yep.
Lando. No, none of us know. None of us can say for certain who Brian Schottenheimer is as a play caller
Right.
with full autonomy. He's always had to answer to at least one other person. 2008 with the Jets, number one rushing offense. 2018 with the Seahawks, number one rushing offense. Yes, but even still, Brian Schottenheimer fully unlocked, we don't know. We know that the foundation is physicality and run game, but we haven't seen it yet. So that is the Cowboys' biggest hidden advantage right now heading into the season. Why would they telecast anything, give up any amount of information that they wouldn't otherwise have to the Philadelphia Eagles? Vic Fangio doesn't know what to prepare for.
Right.
So judging Joe Milton, judging whoever
Facts.
right now, it's premature.
Right.
But to further contextualize that thought is, okay, just think about Joe Milton right now, his career arc. Rookie contracts are 4 years for a reason. He's about to enter year 2.
Come on with it.
We don't know who Joe Milton is.
He's still developing, and he's more comfortable. He's more comfortable in practice, right?
Yeah.
In live bullets, hey, we got to understand too that when people start saying Joe Milton versus Trey Lance been in the league for 4 years.
Right.
At that time,
And guess what? Year 4, year 5, that's when we're starting to see the stock rise. So, case in point, man.
So that's why we gotta lean back on these fundamental aspects. This is what preseason all about.
Come on with it.
Alignment, assignment, execution.
Execution.
I start a little, we did. I want us to iron out those penalties.
Right.
A lot of our penalties be alignment penalties, illegal motion and stuff like that. So this, and then execution. I'm looking to see like Boss just said, when the next guy come out there, can we get the play and we execute the play to the fullest? Because we're repping it out. That's what preseason all about, just repping it out.
Right,
When we get to the season, there's a lot of bullets. When we on the sideline making the adjustments, that's when the wrinkles come in. But we need to build up your focus already, handle the basics, so you can then get the advancements.
Yeah. So
I
let me
wanna say
add
something
this
you
to
said
go-
real
go-
quick,
go
just
ahead,
real
go
quick.
ahead. And remember,
Because I'm so happy you brought up Joe.
come on with it.
And you said something that we never talked about. That now Lando and I, we talked about this.
We're on the same way with that one.
Yeah, we talked about this, which is funny what you said. Joe practiced good.
He practiced well.
He practiced well. So that tells me this.
Why is that?
That
Why is
tells
that,
me,
boss?
Comfort.
I don't know. But I'm going to say this. It gives me hope
Yeah.
because it says when he's settled, he sees it.
He sees it.
So that's telling me under the lights, under the Dallas lights, he's a little bit different.
He's a little timid with it.
To me, that just means he needs time.
Time indeed.
And that makes me trust him even being our backup with a good game plan. I was just happy you brought that up. I didn't want to rush past
no
that.
doubt.
And building off of that thought, so I think I do have an answer for why he looks different.
Okay.
Okay? it's because of what we just all agreed upon of what it makes sense for the Cowboys to withhold as much information as far as who they are, what their offensive identity is. So it's not the same offense that they're running in the preseason as it is out here.
No doubt.
Players can be uplifted, can benefit from their scheme.
Right.
The scheme can just as quickly as it can push you down, it can elevate you.
It can elevate you as
the
well.
product of your environment, right? So
Yeah.
that to me makes so much sense. Now,
Yeah.
Joe Milton clearly has a lot to work on, but
Yeah, he do got a lot to
it's
work
a different sample size when we're watching him here versus
he
on national
practiced
television.
much
They're gonna withhold everything. So,
Yes, indeed. So let me just wrap this part up because we approaching some time. But here's what I'm going to say here, ladies and gentlemen. I know we've been giving the team flowers and we asking you guys to be patient, but here's the reality of it. This team is top heavy. I don't think that our depths are as deep as it should be, and that's where our wrinkles could be. And what we are hoping on and banking on is that these guys can stay healthy throughout the remainder of the year, and you will see the differences of this team. If this team can remain healthy, we are a 10-plus win team. But if this team can't remain healthy, then we'll be following the same thing that we did last season. But
no reason to think otherwise either.
yes, so on the final word, we give the final word. And I got my guy. Which one of y'all want to go first?
I'll go first.
Come on,
my
with it.
final word is this, Cowboy Nation, this is just still one step, getting a step closer. Shotty is learning this team. As he's ripping it out, this team is learning Shotty. We let's see him iron out. He made some promises. You know, I made a video, I said that they were false, but he still got time. Can he bring physicality? Can he bring the competition? And can he promise that we're going to execute and be ready to fight? That's my... I know everyone is judging Shotty on wins and losses. I want to be in a fight every game, no matter who the opponent is, whether it's Philly or Kansas City. I want to be in a fight, and we just bite a piece of them off every game.
Come on with it.
Mine'll be quick. Removing yourself from the country club Cowboys culture. That is a very clear intent with this coaching staff, this regime. It takes time. Okay. Ask Dan Campbell and the Detroit Lions about who they were year one of that new regime. Just creating that culture of toughness. So my final word is just let the cake bake. Man.
Yes, indeed. Let the cake bake. We ain't biting kneecaps off. That's what Dan Campbell said he's going to do. Yeah.
My final word is Dak Prescott is EA Sports.
EA Sports.
I saw it today. This Dak looks like you're a Romo, where it's slow. Like, it's nothing that was surprising him.
Game slows down.
He was like, he sees it. He sees it. He sees the pressure fast. He was hitting that back foot and ripping it. It was, I feel confident. Like, I obviously coming out of the Ravens, I didn't. But now looking at the starters with my own eyes, we go. Dallas
it's a different product.
Yeah, it's a totally different product. My last final word, I'm giving two for bonus. Holden is the best practice player out there.
Come on with it. Hey.
Holden the best practice player out there, man.
Mingo got hurt at the wrong time, man. You know, holding it down.
Holden, I love the excitement of his practice. Like, he'll make a catch and he'll, I'm like, is this a game?
Yeah.
Like, the energy. So that's my final word.
No doubt.
Love practice today.
Okay.
Bringing that
Come on with it, man. Let me get you on wax right here, man. Giving this good old signature right here, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. Now, where I'm gonna hit it at? Wherever. Okay, y'all see it right here. When I sign something, it's always me holding up the star. Here we go, right here.
Yeah, there you go.
Elevate and celebrate.
Elevating and celebrating. Y'all see it right here. The throwback ones, man. I appreciate you, man. I thank you so much, bro. Yeah. I'm going to remember this and cherish this for the rest of my life, my brother. Yeah, thank you. I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. Yeah. Here go, Cowboy Nation. Here's my thoughts, my final word with everything. The race is not to the swift, nor the battle to the mighty. It's to he that endure to the end. Not to take y'all to church, but I am. But I'm telling you right now, the Dallas Cowboys heading into this season, I feel something different, bro.
Yeah. I see it too, man.
And he saw it. It's the show me.
It's the show me.
Show me. And you still got to show me every single week. Every week. Starts over. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's get it.